continue on from where we were previously. So in the previous scene, we tracked this. You can see there how this, it's just a piece of footage of, like I was saying before, a football stadium. And what we're going to do is we're going to integrate a few little CG elements into it. Just a low-res robot character, and what we might do is animate him sort of falling in from the sky and deforming maybe the football pitch. That might be kind of cool. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to open the outliner and perspective view, and what we need to do actually is go back to this camera, and I just want to select these 4 points here. Hopefully we've got one more maybe. Select. I think that's all we've got. Might have been nice to have had one for over here, but anyway, if we just then hit perspective view, we can kind of see that we've got this flat sort of plane. Let's isolate this selection. I'm just going to create a plane on top of this selection, and I'm just going to drop this right down. I'm just going to move this over here, and then I'm going to vertex. Just vertex snap, so hold V, the keys that I'm pressing, snap, snap, snap. We've got the spare vertex. We could delete it, but let's just keep that for the time being. This whole shot is pretty much on the flat sort of ground. Let's go back to the tracked footage. So we're just using this purely as a bit of a guide, as a piece of mesh that our iron robot character can kind of crash land into perhaps. So we're just going to use that as a little bit of reference. So one thing that I want to do is I just want to show up, I want to deselect everything, and I just want to show up polygons for the time being. If I hit 5 on the keyboard, that's the sort of plane that we're working to. This will be the flat track. But it will be kind of useful on here to have a little bit of colour information as well. It's quite dark, use our light, so two-sided lighting, things like that would help. What we could do is, if we go to image planes, project through this current the tracked camera, the back plate of footage onto this geometry. So that's what we're going to look to do. So really quickly, we're going to right click, assign new material, Lambert. It can be any sort of shade, it doesn't really matter to be fair. Projection. And then I'm not going to put it in the color channel, I'm just going to put it in the ambient color. And the reason for that is it should match up better. It's not going to give us any difference. And then over the file input, right click, create as projection. This is what I want to have selected. Release. Projection type. Well, what we want to do is we want to project through the camera, so we need to change that from planar to perspective. And then the camera projection attribute, link to camera, we need to set that to the name of the camera, which would be this name here, L3D tracker camera CC1, whatever. Hit that, brilliant. Select the image, input, now select the first frame, 3D track footage, open, and then just hit this little button here, use image sequence, and it'll link it all up. So what we should have is, if we then hit 6 on the keyboard, that should go grey, or it should be more the texture. And you can see there that this piece of footage, no matter where we move it to, actually has that texture projected through, and now this little extended piece here it's effectively just mirrored. It would happen either view. Let's just come on and there, that's we get it back on the plane. So to remedy this, because at the moment it is quite a bit duller, just make this white. And diffuse, put that right up, and it's not right. Oh, my bad, that should have been in. Let's go back. select to white, incandescent, right click, create as projection, perspective, camera, arrow, box. So now you can see the colours. It's a lot harder to sort of see that that is part of, even if we change any colour or the diffuse value, it doesn't really matter. So we're just getting, we're just adding this in as a plate, and actually even if we turn off grid, you shouldn't really be able to see any visible join within this viewport of where this piece of mesh is. So it should be seamless to comp this on top pretty much. So what we will be looking to do maybe is removing this later on, and maybe removing the other goalpost, but just as a digital plate perhaps. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off image planes, and you can see there this is effectively what's happening. We've got this plane to work on, so we've got the surface to work with. Now what we're going to do is go to show grid. So now we can see we're working back in, we've got this nice bit of reference for this sort of 3D space, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to control this, I'm going to solve V2, save that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to reference an object in rather than importing. The reason I'm going to reference the object in is because I might want to make changes to that object after it's been imported, and it would be far more efficient to set it up this way rather than importing it. Can tend to become quite messy. So if we could create a reference, and then if we just drag in robot rule, and this should effectively pull the character into 0, 0, 0. It's a bit smaller, but that's no big deal. So what we should have within the scene is, let's just turn on curve controls, a very simple kind of rig. I'm just going to scale this up. It's not going to make a great deal of difference if I scale it up. But effectively what we're going to be doing is we're going to be integrating this robot sort of crash land on Earth. Maybe you can probably see it's a pretty low res Iron Giant sort of style rover. So yeah, we're going to animate this, keyframe this up so you can maybe crash land on Earth. So that's going to be the next sort of part of the task. We'll just import them into the scene. We've saved this out as V2, and we'll continue working with this. So the idea would be that maybe the frame sort of 70-ish is made impact. So you've got to think about the timing there. Bang is going to bounce towards, and it's just maybe going to be on the ground. Or maybe we could even think about sliding this a little bit further over if we wanted to, and making contact with the floor. It won't make a great deal of difference because we've got this tracked within 3D space. So we can have a little bit of fun with that. It just would mean we might need to make digital elements with this. But what's kind of cool is how we're projecting through this. We could then recreate through photogrammetry all these little 3D elements and kind of manipulate the scene quite a bit. So I'll undo that for the time being. Just go back, and this is where I'm going to sort of save the scene. So this is where we're going to catch up with the next sort of session. We hit 6 on the keyboard, and that's where we are. Turn shading, right frame and shaded. It's good. And in this view, let's just maybe put the image planes on. So when we animate this, we could maybe add in some more edge loop subdivisions, and then we could add in, we'll maybe look at sort of soft body deformation with this, different techniques we could use, maybe blend shapes, and have like a few little impact sort of bits, maybe parts of the earth kind of moving, breaking. So in this sort of area, that's kind of what we're looking at. You can see there how the Iron Giant's nicely integrated into the shot. So I'll just save that out, and I'll close the video, and then we'll continue sort of keyframing this for next. So the stages are what we're going to be doing with this whole sequences. We'll tractor shot, we're going to animate this object, we're going to look at the lighting, we'll render it, and then we should have a number of elements that we'll be able to take from this Iron Giant piece and just match it up. So we should get diffuse pass, colour pass, shadow pass, etc, etc, and just to give you guys a flavour of how we're going to start integrating elements. And then we can start adding in other things as well. So we could add in, this is now in 3D, we can do whatever we want with it really. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks with this.